Sisters and brothers, if you have noticed, it is very ironic that in today's gospel narrative, it was reported that the Jews were celebrating a very important feast, Hanukkah, or the Festival of Lights, or the dedication of the temple, rededication of the temple to be specific. Festival of Lights. Yet the Jews at that particular time were still very much in the dark as to who the Lord Jesus was. Kabantay mo ni Ana? It's just like having a Santo Entierro procession on Christmas Day. O imbis mangantatag kasadya on Christmas Day, nangantatag Diyos namo sa kaluoy. Festival of Lights, yet they were in the dark. That's why if you have noticed, my dear friends, the Jews demanded a forthright, a straightforward, a plain answer, but a rational one from the Lord. They demanded that. Why? Because they were perplexed by the question on the real identity of the Lord Jesus Christ. And so they wanted to know. What's obvious in their demand? That's right. It is very obvious that they wanted to forgo, they wanted to dispense with the arduous process of discernment. Isla ganahan mo undergo anang tedious process of weighing things, trying to reflect on this and that, trying to ruminate on these words and those words. They wanted to dispense with all those in order to gratify immediately their desire to satisfy their intellectual pursuit laced with insincere motives and sinister intentions. They asked the Lord not because they wanted to be enlightened. They wanted Him to make a public declaration about Him as the Messiah or the Christ so that they could pin Him down. So inana sila ka-devious as individuals. And so, how did the Lord respond to them? Aware of their insincerity and their hostility, the Lord, instead of catering to their needs, the Lord challenged them to mull over His words and His deeds instead. Why? Because the Lord did not desire to coerce assent through logical argument. What He wanted was to evoke faith through trust that goes beyond facts and trust that takes risks. Risgo kay itos mga Hudiyo atong panahon na nga mutuo sa Ginoo kay well established ang ilahang religion. Nya og nigsimang nila mamiligro sila sa ilang status in society, even their status among their kins. Mao to'y gusto untang i-elicit sa Ginoo nila that they would believe in Him and take the risk and simply trust because He said so. Mga kaigsuonan, someone wise said, nalipay ako nihang gipanulti, ambot mo yun ba mo niya? Obsessive, compulsive certainty, not doubt, is the opposite to authentic faith. Kita nagdahaw man tanong nga ang tugbang sa faith, ang negative niya nga kaatbang is doubt. Pero matod pa niya, kaning wise person nga kung gikutlo, obsessive and compulsive certainty, not doubt, is the opposite to authentic faith. Tinuod ba yan mga kaigsuunan? Ngano? Doubt will always be part of our existence in life and in our faith life. Naaman yun ang doubt. But many times, these doubts only serve to lead us to understand better our faith. Ang bantayanan, kaning obsessive, compulsive, or inordinate desire to be certain about things before we give our assent. Kaya nga no, daghan kay mga butang nining kalibutan na makigsunan that we cannot be certain of. Adi mo to, panalitan. When you desire to enter the connubial state or the life of marriage, for instance, are you sure you will remain faithful to each other for the rest of your lives? We can't be sure. Every decision we make in this life involves a wager. Daghang mga butang nining kalibutan nga di ta siguro. How sure are we that this pandemic one day will pass us by? How sure are we that the vaccines will not have long-term negative effects? How sure are we that tomorrow we would still be healthy? We don't know. Yet, because we have faith, we are a people of faith, we are an Easter people, we believe that one thing is certain. Amidst all these uncertainties, the Lord remains faithful to us. And He is still in control. Even if it appears that the world is in chaos, that's our security as people of faith. So sakto itong giingon niya, it's not doubt, but the inordinate desire to be certain is the enemy of authentic faith. My dear friends, the failure of the Jews, and when I say Jews, I'm referring to the original hearers of the Lord as narrated in the Gospel of John. Their failure to believe in the Lord lies in their inability or in their refusal to listen to the voice of the Good Shepherd, especially in the midst of their perplexity about unpalatable truths that the Lord espoused and articulated. Pasalamat na nanta makigsuunan nga we have been spared by such difficulty. Why? The Father has chosen to give us, modern day Christians, to the Lord Jesus to become His flock. Matud pa sa Ebanghelyo. So kay flock naman ta sa Ginoo, naa na ang gasa sa pagtuo. And because of that faith, I would even dare to say, we Christians are supposed to be the happiest people on the face of the earth, despite the difficult twists and turns of life. Ngano nakaingon ko ni ana? Because our future is already secure. Ngano nakaingon ko na nga secure? The Lord, the Good Shepherd, has already assured us of His protective and vigilant love. A love that will never allow anyone and anything to snatch us out of the Father's hand, according to the gospel narrative. With that assurance in mind, there's no reason why we should worry inordinately or we should be sad beyond reason. Despite the many difficulties we are facing, we continue to hope and we live life in a most meaningful way. Isip panapos makaigsunan, let us make the words of Psalm 23 verse 6 our very own. Familiar kayo mo ning Psalm 23 verse 6. O sige, ingon ana. That's right. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. That's our assurance. That's the reason for our joy. And that's the cause of our faith.